Great stuff. Wow.
I was literally in the bathroom.
Ron.
That person
I no idea what you've done. Five guys on stage with 5 different ideas of what's happening. Sorry. Anyway, well done. Welcome. You feel better?
I feel great.
All right.
We're going to be doing this. Meet this guy. We're probably dying, marker 8, but so if anyone wants to see 2 people die at the same time. Okay. Hi!
Hello, New Jersey.
Oh my God!
SBF family.
Isn't it great to be here again today?
Hold on, Chance. Before we get started, I didn't get a chance to say hello to you.
Hi, happy birthday.
Well, before they get started, I wanted to set the tone. I have a little something special for you guys. I'll get right out of your way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is obviously the 100th anniversary of the Supernatural Conventions. We're going to give a special thing away, autographed by Misha. Raise your hand if you have PDF tickets for Misha. Anybody? PDF tickets?
Oh, quite a few.
Who has PDF 100?
What?
Check your PDF tickets. Who has PDF 100? It's very important.
You got 101.
I need somebody to scream real loud who has PDF 100. That is 100.
100. Do we have 100? We have a 100. Come on up.
Where? Come on, step up. I need to see you.
I got you. I think I see it.
For photos, right?
There's autograph PDF and there's photo.
I think it's the photo PDF. Which one do you have? The photo PDF? Great. You're going to win this. It's not signed yet, but it will be.
Just so we can show you off.
What's your name? Annie. Everybody, congratulate Annie and celebrate. Congratulations, Annie. 100 creation comes together. We have all these lovely guys. You're going to get this later. Actually, how about I give it to you now, and when you see Misha, he signs that for free for you. Congratulations. I'm going to get off the stage as I'm... Ladies and gentlemen, Adam and David, get out here.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, birthday boy. It was at karaoke last night when we sang Matt Happy Birthday 8 million times. He's quite the fun.
I know, like, I just feel uglier when he's on stage. He's so handsome. I mean, I'm just like, oh, so beautiful. I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of you, though.
No, stop.
Honestly, I give you a lot of shit on this show. Pardon me. This is PG-13. But I do really love you, David.
I love you too, Adam.
Yeah. Can I have a hug?
There's a lot of love here today, isn't there? I like it. It is a total romance.
It is a total romance.
Hey, Adam.
Yes, buddy.
I have an idea.
What's that?
Do you want to take questions from the audience?
Yeah, I'm going to switch it up this time.
Oh, you want to do this side? Do it. Let's switch it up. You want to start?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Claire, you're first up. Hi, Claire Byrne.
Happy birthday to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Claire.
So, Adam, you recently went to support Rihanna on your day off.
I did.
How does an actor decide what they're going to do with their day off? And how do you actually plan it?
How does an actor decide what they're going to do with a day off? You see, an actor has a lot of days off, invariably. I think, like with everything else, you know, when you get up in the morning and you don't have an audition or you're not starting your new gig for like a week or so, you've got to be, the thing about it is, being an actor, being self-employed in any job, you've got to be disciplined, you've got to have self-discipline, okay? And that was something I struggled with in my early 20s. When I wanted to be an actor, my dad said, no dude. He knew that I was 18 and I didn't have the mental capacity to look after myself, as it were. So exercise is a big thing. Getting up, exercising, and then trying to find something outside of what you, like an audition or whatever, you're being told by your agents to do. Something to develop your career every day. So pick something that's going to drive you one step further. Might be something be a little tiny step, or it might be a huge step, or whatever.
Special skills, that's fun too. Like I always try to invest in a new skill that I haven't done, like martial art, or
But that's what I was just going to say.
I gotta learn how to ride a motorbike. That's what I gotta do.
Well, I can't. Did I ever tell you the story why I can't go on a motorbike? You must have heard it. So we're totally digressing here, but I'll tell you quickly. When I was 16, 17, my mom went to a fortune teller, and fortune tellers allowed my mom to take notes during the fortune telling. I said, can I take some notes? Yeah, of course. She was taking notes. And one of the things the fortune teller said, never let your son on a motorbike. Cut to 2 years later, we're on our, we finished high school in Ireland, at school, and 30 guys went on holidays to Crete. 30 guys. And the first thing I did was rent a moped with my mate. And in Greece, they drive on the same side of the road as they do here, unlike in Ireland. But the girl goes, my buddy was with me, and the girl goes, so you've ridden a motorbike before? And I said, yeah, of course. Never sat in a motorbike before in my life. Got on it, started the accelerator, I was on a side road, and I went straight out onto the main road and turned the wrong way into oncoming traffic. And I went straight into a car, went underneath the car. I was absolutely unscathed. It was a miracle. But the guy got out of the car, he just said, jeez, I thought I killed you. And so ever since then, I won't ever drive a motorbike. But getting back to your question, yeah, I do a martial art called Krav Maga, which is like an Israeli defense thing that's good for filmmaking. It's good for what Jason Bourne did for the Bourne, or what Matt Damon did for the Bourne trilogy. So all that kind of stuff is important. And then because you have so many people like Brianna in your life that have far more special skills than I have, then you've got opportunities to go and support them and see them, and then if you can dabble and do a bit of charity work, that's also cool. So you have to fill your days. But that's a good question, Claire. Thanks so much.
Great question. Thanks, Claire. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Sorry.
No.
My question is for both of you guys.
Oh God.
Has anything ever supernatural or unexplained besides the story you just said, Adam, about any unexplained event that you have no idea how it happened?
Does this include UFOs?
Yes.
Great. I'm a believer. Northern Michigan, who knows? Who knows, right? But I saw 5 hovering lights over the lake in northern Lake Michigan that literally were there in a triangle formation and then went swoop like that. No! All I'm saying is unidentified flying objects. It could have been military, I don't know what it was. But I like to think, I like the idea that we've been contacted. I want to believe, even if it's conspiracy theory, there's a part of me that is just like, being into astrophysics and like all that stuff now, just realizing the probability of healthy planets and stuff like that, and how far the people could be ahead of us. I like the idea that we may have been visited. And only because I like the idea.
Me too.
There's no proof, right?
What's it called? Is it called the Fekir theory, or the... I read something on Tina Web the other day, and they say that there's 8 billion possible Earths.
Yeah, right. Like livable planets.
Livable planets, close proximity to the Earth as we are to our sun, and also that some of those suns are 4 billion years older than our sun. So our sun is 3.7 billion years old, I think, and it's like 8 point whatever. Some of these planets, loads, maybe 1 billion of these suns. So not only are there possible Earths or habitable planets, 9 billion possible habitable planets, but about half of them are 4 billion years ahead of our planet. So that's mind-blowing. And but your question is something ever supernatural happened to me. Not quite, but it's something that's been happening really recently. All that serendipitous stuff when you get the same, when you say something to someone or you text someone and they're about to text you back the exact same thing, totally unrelated to any conversation you've had. And I'm trying to think of an example that happened to me the other day, and I know it'll come back to me today, but something really bizarre happened to me. A couple of things the other day. And I love it. It just gives you a sense of mystery in the world, in the sense of this age of secularism and people leaving their beliefs behind, more and more people forgetting what the church has meant to them and all that kind of jazz. Something like that kind of gives me a different feeling inside myself of spirituality.
Yeah. There's an energy, there's a metaphysical thing happening. I want to ask you, who here believes in like supernatural creatures for real or ghosts? Applause, yeah?
I knew that was going to be the ghost.
How many people believe in alien life form? How many people believe that alien life forms have visited Earth? Yeah, that's my kind of weirdos. I love y'all. Sweet. I feel at home here. I really do.
Are you an alien life form?
Some have said. My mom said that when I came out of her. She was like, "Get it away from me, his giant head. He's not from this Earth."
Hello. How's it going?
Hi, it's going well.
It's going well.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Pretty well. Tilt up that mic a little bit. You're tall. Perfect.
What experiences on Supernatural have made you grow as actors?
Oh, fantastic question.
Yeah, I mean,
Every day?
Every day. I mean, it sounds like a pat answer, but every day that you get to be on set is a chance to grow and change. I think the best thing too is when you're like he and I. Often we've done like one-offs. It's rare you get to do an arc of a character. So when you really start to get to have more episodes or have more scenes, every time you're sort of discovering the character as the audience is discovering them, so you get to sort of invest and deeper, and then also your rapport with the other actors gets deeper too. The trust, the shorthand, all that sort of stuff. So once you sort of get comfortable, and to be fair, they make it really comfortable day one. Like that's a really cool thing is you show up to set and you may be the new kid on the block, but you feel very welcome, your ideas are welcomed, and your professionalism is welcomed, and then they just make it really fun to work, fun and relaxed, as you know.
Yeah, and it's kind of like every day is a school day. I repeatedly, annoyingly say that every day. But as an actor, every set you walk on is very, very different from the last. Of course, mechanically it's all the same, but you encounter different problems and you encounter different ways that it goes so much better than the last set you're working on. And then you're working with individual actors. Every actor. This is why I don't really buy into. I cherry pick from every acting guru or theorist.
Like
Stanislavski, Haydn, Meisner, all these people. I don't buy into any one of those theories. It's so subjective. It's so kind of personal. So working with every actor, everyone has a different process. You know, I've told the story many times at cons of when I did that scene in Ladies Drink Free when Jensen, I picked up this bottle of tomato juice from the fridge and I was like, I don't drink tomato juice unless there's vodka in it. And Jensen goes, you should say that. And all of a sudden the scene became something completely different. And it's about how much the guys are engaged after 300 odd episodes. They're still very much engaged every day and so alert and so on point. And that in itself made me grow as an actor. If I ever do a show where I'm doing it for that length of time, the discipline and the you get out of anything when you put into it. And if you're putting in 110% every day, then you're going to get out. You know, you're going to make a show like this, or if that's ever possible. But you know what I mean? It's like.
And don't you also like want to like put that on your tool belt too? Which is like, if I ever get to a point of leadership on the set, and I've been #1 on a show once, but it was a long time ago. You want to set that tone too. You want to take what those guys do and then take that forward. I really want to. There's been some old actors, some classic character actors that have been so gracious to me on set and just interested in me and come in. And I had 2 lines, right? Like really starting out my career. But you can't imagine what a difference that makes when you have generous, welcoming people to your first day of set. It's like your first day of school. You're nervous, you don't know how it goes, And when you just have like another professional that you admire come and be like, welcome. Here you go.
That's really true.
You want to pay that forward as we go forward, hopefully, right?
And then sometimes get intimidated. The very first superstar I ever name dropped was Pierce Brosnan. And obviously he was Bond and he's Irish and he's Bond. And we came in to do the scene together. Before he came in, the director John Moore goes, oh, you see all these lines here? They're all Pierce's, but I'm going to give them to you. It's better if you say them. I'm like, what? And they think Pierce Brosnan just kind of swans in. Yellow shades. It's like, hey, I believe you're taking my lines. I said, well, you know, I was giving them, I didn't just take them, and so I got real nervous. He was completely joking, but I got real nervous. We were sitting there, and we had this scene across the table from each other, and I was starting to get real nervous, and he just stopped me, put his hand on my hand, he goes, just tell the story. You know these lines, just tell the story. And it kind of just takes a load off your shoulders, because as an actor, you've got so many things going through your head. It's like a golf swing. but all you're really doing is just telling the story in as natural a form as possible. And
Yeah, sometimes you just need the permission. You know, the permission to be
especially
free.
from like a god.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Great question. Thanks, Maria. Hi.
Hi, my name's Holly.
Hi, Holly.
I have a question for both of you. What is the craziest night out you've ever had?
In real life?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna go.
I can't. What?
I've offended the Irish. Yeah, in real
You
life.
haven't offended.
No.
I would offend the entire room.
He's just got a really deep bench. That's the problem. Oh my gosh, the wildest night I ever had out. I'm gonna be my college days. There was drinking involved.
Did you keep a diary?
Too soon. Hashtag too soon.
One beer. I had one beer.
And there was streaking involved. I'm not gonna lie. And does anyone hate streaking? I know. This is shocking now. I really like scandalous. Oh my gosh. We're going to the quad. Let's go.
My name is KFC still open.
That is KFC still open, exactly. But to be fair, and I don't know. This is kind of a weird night. Things got weird. Do you remember? Do you remember that Beastie Boys, like Paul's Boutique? Anyone know the album Paul's Boutique? The Beastie Boys. And there's that great sample from like an old TV show where it's like, there's going to be that kind of banana, I'm going to stick my in the mashed potatoes. I stuck my in the mashed potatoes. So there you go. And then someone has a Polaroid of it, and I'm waiting for it to drop. I'm waiting for that to come back and haunt me. Thank God I'm not famous.
Were they hot?
The
Mashed potatoes. They were afterwards.
We're so warm. We're so warm. But we're listening to that Beastie Boys song and we're like, you're welcome, Internet! So now there is a Polaroid challenge to find a photo of David Haydn-Jones in his Wee Willy Wonka.
Oh, don't be so hard.
I should have said Wee there, shouldn't I? I mean,
Well, you know, the shoe fits.
that hurt me more than you can ever know. Let's move off, man. What?
I don't know what. I don't know.
You just have too many. You have too many.
When things got out of control.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you say when things got out of control?
It could be, or just...
There's too many kids here.
No.
No, I love the fact that you're here, but just like for the story, I'm trying to filter everything in my brain.
Why do you think I went to Wee Willy Wonka?
I'll tell you a pretty tame one, which involves drinking and...
Really, this should be
The night before in Ireland, you have your leaving certificate, which is it's like your SATs, except not you pick subjects and you finish, and that's what gets you into college. And the night before we were getting our results, myself and my best mate, I do not condone drinking and driving. It's terrible. Don't ever do it. We were 17, and he got all sentimental. His brother had passed away years before, and he wanted to see his grave. So he stole his other brother's car, and we drove up into the Dublin Mountains. And well, we weren't like we'd had a couple of beers. We weren't like really drunk or whatever. And we drove up into the Dublin Mountains. We went to visit the grave, and then we drove down to our school. We went to a boarding school in the middle of Ireland. We drove down to our school and we slept in the car in the farm adjacent to the school. We woke up the next morning with a knock on our window from the farm manager, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And we were like, "Oh, oops." So we went to the school, we got our results, and as we were driving back up to Dublin, we didn't realise that the car had been reported stolen. And we were driving through Dublin, we're like, "We've got to get the car back before they notice." Of course they noticed, we took it from the driveway, like, you know. But you know when you're kids, you're gonna go, "You never know." And so we get back and when we're driving through the streets of Dublin, and his eldest brother, who was a bit of a badass, he sees us driving Dublin traffic. We're driving down, we didn't see that he saw us, and we're pulling on the road. Next thing, his car just screeched in front of us. And I was like, "Oh," and he goes, "Oh my God, it's Jason." And Jason got out of the car and he literally pulled his little brother out of the car and gave him a proper spanking. I got away scot-free, but yeah, that's the story. Thank you for that, Holly. If I see you later on, I'll tell you the other story I was thinking of. Howdy, hi.
Hi there.
How's it going?
Good. My name's Adrian. I have a question for the both of you.
Hi, Adrian.
My question is, since you guys have such an amazing chemistry and an amazing friendship, obviously, would you guys ever consider doing your own improv series to give Robin Rich some competition?
Oh, listen.
We have talked about it.
Those are the granddaddies. We've actually been talking about, our schedule's been crazy, but like, I would love to just like get in a room and just like hammer out a pilot with this guy. I think it would be like so fun. Like we have similar sensibilities. I think we're like good yin yang enough too. There's enough, odd couple stuff going on there. But yeah, we've actually talked about it.
We have talked about it. Any ideas are welcome, Adrian.
Yes, exactly. So anyone wants to pitch us comedy duo ideas for the internet?
There's always crowdfunding, so I would definitely support it.
You're a lovely lady.
We have $1! Thank you, that's so sweet. But thank you, that's
Get it up for Adrian, our new producer.
yeah, that's our boss. Great question though, thank you. Hi there.
Hi. My name's Ivy, and I was wondering what song is your anthem, like your go-to song?
Oh, my anthem. I think I've said this before. Like the song that will just get me moving and like grooving and just like I can't not move to, and I just have to like dance around my apartment naked. I'm all about embarrassing dancing. Yeah, anyone who's been to karaoke, not last night, but it's all about embarrassing dancing. Does anyone know the song Yala by M.I.A.?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stop doing this now.
We've been
So I don't know. That one just like that's my new jam. Like I always have them every like 3 or 4 years though. But that's what like if I need to be happy in the morning, that's the one.
I have another drunk story. No, but like I'm a diehard YouTube fan, always have been, and Streets with No Name has always been like just gets me going. If I'm in a car, I was driving home from set the other morning, and like we shot all night, and I was really tired, and in LA you got to drive yourself to set, so I don't know why they trust me to do that, but they do. And so I'm driving home really tired, and I just whack that song on full tilt. And it's so infectious, it comes right through me. But my auntie got remarried about 20 years ago, when I was still in college, or maybe not 20 years ago, maybe 13, 14 years ago, or maybe more. Anyway. And I rocked in, I'd been out with the boys at some college event, and I rocked in, and they pulled out this grand piano, and they had this guy, a pianist, and they were looking for people to come up to sing songs. I was like, I'll sing a song. Song? Me? You've all heard me. Or maybe not. And so I chose Don McLean, American Pie. Much to everyone's chagrin, because there's 8 million verses. And boy, was I not getting off stage. Repeated a couple of them at the same time until my mom came up and goes, okay, you've had enough now. Come on. So that always has a special place in my heart, if not my family. Thank you.
Good. Great question.
Hello.
My question is for Adam.
Oh, yes.
And I want to know, since when you lost your character, you kind of were having this like existential crisis from like everything you were taught and then like your opinion changing. If you had lived, where do you think that would have gone?
It might have changed the dynamic of. In my mind, I thought I was going to take down the British men of letters with the Winchesters. That's where I thought, if I was allowed to finish my speech.
Like take down or dismantle or try to get them on board or compromise?
No, take them out. Because I think I saw when I came to America and saw what the Winchesters were doing, I was quite arrogant. Remember, I said, we've had werewolves eradicated since 1928 in England, what the hell are you guys doing? But then he slowly, gradually realized that there was empathy there, and it wasn't bad, good versus evil. It was a huge, big grey area that the Winchesters lived in, and I thought, and that really, it kind of opened up something that Nick had had inside him for a long, long time, but had buried it, and in that final speech, he probably owed Dr. Hess and Kendrick everything, which he did because they took him off the streets. So, and there's such kind of a writing, because this happens in life all the time. Like, you know, you put trust in so many people when you're growing up. Your parents, and I'm lucky enough to have amazing parents, but not everyone is. And doctors and lawyers, you're like, you go, all these guys know what they're doing. And it turns out that not everyone knows what they're doing. And you put all this blind faith in people, and the older you get, and you start thinking on your own, the more you kind of go, well, hold on a second. Not only is it important to stand on your own 2 feet, but it's important to recognize that not everything that has been indoctrinated into, or not everything that you've believed your whole life is something that you should live by. And I think that's definitely where Mick was going, and I think that he and Sam had a bond from the beginning because they were both academics. And I think you know, after I killed the werewolf, I think Dean was starting to come around a little bit, you know. So I think in my mind that's where I would have like joined as a kind of a lesser leprechaun, as it were. Thank you.
Would you have killed Ketch?
Yes, sir. No, hold on.
Would you have killed Ketch?
Well, no, because Ketch had to kill me, so I would have been like, listen, Ketch, just think you need to take, you know, do some yoga, you know, get a massage.
Can I have a hug?
You have a hug.
See, that would have changed Ketch's whole trajectory right there.
I hope he wants to be on the show.
Poor little bugger. No one ever loved him. No one ever loved him.
Hello, boys.
Hi.
Okay, so my question, a little deeper than yesterday, I suppose. I'm curious how often you guys really notice how much this fandom has changed your life. Is it just at cons? Is it with your Twitter interactions? Is it...
Words,
yeah. Cons?
Great question.
It's a great question, and it's. You want to take it first, or
go ahead?
I mean, I literally said it at every convention. I don't want it to sound like pandering at all. I got this job, and it was a great job, but I had no idea what the SBN family was, or what these conventions were, or what the value added to my life and my trajectory of meeting people and artists and just love and kindness and charity and artists and all this stuff. It has filled my heart like daily, weekly, monthly, and it continues to. I've done work for charity, I've designed things, I've drawn things, I've recorded a song, all because of this family internationally. No, I mean, like really, and all been pushed by you as an audience globally to do those things. I would never have done them on my own. It was out of pure spontaneity, improvisation, and collaboration with you, the audience. And that to me, from an improv background, is like my bliss. It's like, you want me to make a song? You're telling me I have to go record? I will go make a song then. That's what I will do. You want me to draw something? You want me to design something? I mean, that has all been from this audience globally. Again, as I say, it's just a massive, massive family. And just the hugs and the warmth and the kindness. And you know what my other favorite thing is? Which really is my favorite thing. When people come up to me and go, I am friends with this person because we met talking about you.
Exactly.
And it's not about me. It's about these people finding each other and new friendships are born. That is the most flattering thing I could ever imagine in my life, and my heart just goes like that. So
I think so. Like, for me, it's very palpable right now. It's very palpable right now because I've been away. I've been working and I haven't done a con since Rome, I think. I just miss them. You miss, like, there's no, like Brianna said it to me yesterday, that there's nothing like this fandom and this family anyway. But like when you do a movie and you do a TV show, it's normally like, okay, I'm in, blah, 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 do my thing, blah, blah, and then gone, okay. And you might see them, you might follow them on Twitter, you might see them every once in a while, whatever, or maybe work with them again, but they're friends for a certain period of time and then that ends. And it's the same in theatre. But the thing about theatre is you get to spend, if you're going on tour or whatever, you get to spend all this time with all this group of people and you get to go from place. This is like a theatre, it's like a theatre, touring theatre troupe. Try and say that one then. And I really miss everyone. I really miss all you guys, and I really miss all these guys.